Nothing grows inside your comfort zone. I mean, if you keep doing something over and over again and expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity. And thinking that you can stay comfortable in the same place and not grow is insanity. And if you're either growing or you're dying, you ever heard that one? That's one of my favorite sayings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 28 of our 75 Walk the Talk Challenge. I'm getting my steps in for one of my two 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside. I'm eating a whole food healthy diet with no alcohol or processed foods, drinking half my body weight in ounces of water, reading 10 pages of a nonfiction book, and taking a progress photo every single day. I'm coming to you live here in Henderson, Nevada. The sun is about ready to come up. It's kind of out of focus in the background, but it's a beautiful morning here in Henderson. And today I wanted to talk to you about nothing grows inside your comfort zones and share a story or two about how I thought I was comfortable and I was okay, but I just wasn't growing. So a lot of you that watch these videos know that the lovely Deb is usually with me doing our videos. Unfortunately, she's not able to come with me every morning on our walks anymore because she's changed her schedule. She's been working at the school, so she's doing her walks at the wash, and she's still in the program. She's still doing the challenge, and a few days a week, her and I will do videos together. But I wanted to make sure I'm doing my video and talk about this. I started thinking about nothing grows inside your comfort zone because yesterday we talked about how you feel so much better when you do something that you don't want to do. And I was riding my bike here this morning, and I made it in record time, and made me think about how easy it was to start riding. To ride the bike here, and how I made it in like 9 minutes. And when I first started riding the bike to the gym about 4 years ago, it was really super hard. It also made me reflect and think about 5 years ago when I was 380 pounds, how uncomfortable I was. I mean, I kind of fooled myself and told myself that I was okay, but I was miserable. You ever fooled yourself or rationalized to yourself that things aren't so bad and your life is okay, but deep down inside you know it's not? Well, guess what? I had to take some very uncomfortable actions to change my life, to change my mental state, to change the way that I think. And sometimes in life, we are proactive and we can make those changes and put ourselves in uncomfortable situations. And sometimes life makes it happen for us. So we have this saying that we always like to say, change before you have to, because when you're in control of the things that you want to change, it just seems like you have more agency, right? That word agency, control of things. But I think control is an illusion. So I was in a very toxic situation, and I was in a toxic situation, but I was comfortable. Meaning I didn't have, there's not a lot that I had to do. So what did I decide to do? I was like, I got to get out of this situation. Life happened. Life made me get out of that situation. I could have went back to that situation, but I made a decision. I'm like, I don't want to live like that anymore. So that's what started my fitness journey. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a place to stay. It was very uncomfortable. I mean, I ended up figuring it out though. I got a bike and I started riding my bike to the gym every day. And I'll never forget that first day. I took an Uber to the gym. Right next to the gym, there was a Walmart. I went in the Walmart, and when I went in the Walmart, I bought a bike. And it had been the first time in years that I rode a bike. And so you got to remember, at this time, I was like 360, 370 pounds. I was pretty big. So I was like, you know what? It's only a couple miles. You know, I'll just take an Uber, buy a bike, and just ride the bike home. It was about 2.5, 3 miles. So that's what I did. I worked out a little bit. I bought the bike, and I started riding home. and I made it about a quarter of the way home, and I was dying. My lungs were on fire, my legs were on fire. I mean, it was so hard. And then I woke up the next day and I rode the bike again. Again, my lungs were on fire, my legs were on fire. It was really hard. So guess what happened? Over time, I kept doing it every day, and I got a little bit better at it. I got in better shape. I tuned up my diet. Fast forward to today. I rode about 3 miles in 9 minutes, and it was so easy. Like, my lungs weren't on fire. My legs were not on fire. My legs actually felt amazing. I felt like I could have kept going for another 3, 6, maybe even 9 miles. I felt like I could ride just about all day. So putting yourself in uncomfortable situations not only helps you grow physically. If you think about the science of growing your muscles, you're literally breaking down your muscle tissue, and then your body rebuilds it. Your mind works the same way. When you put yourself in uncomfortable situations, it literally creates new neuronal networks where your brain has to fire and wire in a new way that it's never had to do before. And guess what? When you are creating these new neuronal networks by putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, your brain is actually growing, right? So when you do things you've never done before, your mind literally has to figure out how to do the things. You got to think about what you're thinking about, and you have to make these new connections. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. Is it comfortable? No, it's not comfortable. It makes you stronger. We don't know the thing, but it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. That's a funny song. But anyways, nothing grows inside your comfort zone. And some of these analogies and stories that I just mentioned to you, hopefully will help you understand that. That's why this challenge is so amazing. Is it comfortable to get up in the morning and go for a walk? Not in the beginning. Is it comfortable to sit? For me, it's not comfortable to sit and read 10 pages of a book because of my ADD. I'm like all over the place. So that puts me in an uncomfortable situation. In the beginning, was it comfortable for me to change my diet and start learning how to eat properly? No, it sucked. I had to eat a lot of food that I didn't like in the beginning until I figured out how to eat all the right things. So that's my little video for today. Nothing grows inside your comfort zone. And like I said yesterday, when you don't want to do something and you do it anyway, that's why you feel so much better, because you grew. How does that sound? Isn't that amazing how our bodies work? So hopefully the next couple days we'll have Deb back on here. She's going to come in the video and she's going to do some videos by herself on her walk. And we'll see you tomorrow on day 29. But just remember to push yourself outside your comfort zone so you can grow, because either you're growing or you're dying. And if you're breathing, there's a reason. So get to it. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.